Hey, Pawn family, happy Friday. Hope you're doing amazing. Wanted to come in and check in with you guys, have a quick conversation about a question that somebody asked me yesterday. And I wanted to give you guys my feedback. If you're watching, just write live. If you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, just write down replay. That way I know if it's live or replay. Welcome. And I named this the magic keys to success. So I'm going to give you the keys to success in the pawn shop industry. It doesn't matter where you're located. Doesn't matter if you're starting, if you're a newer pawn shop, if you've been in the business for 30 years. This is going to be the keys to success. Now, why? I feel a lot of pawnbrokers want the keys to success. They want everybody to tell them exactly what they want them to do in order to succeed, right? Hey, Carly, what's up? Hey, Evan, what's going on? We got a couple of Facebook users. I can't see their name. If you're watching on the Facebook group, click on the StreamYard link and give it permission so I can see your name. And so this secret is what I've seen in every successful pawnbroker. Every pawnbroker who's built a big empire, doing incredibly well, crushed it through the pandemic, is doing amazing right now. And it's not, unfortunately, it's not the commission structure. It's not their team members. It's not all the things that you might expect. Sapadiz, how are you, brother? The two things that create successful pawn shops and successful pawnbrokers are two things that you don't expect, but I'm going to tell you them now. So the first one, I'm going to write this down in a banner so you can see it. The first one is consistency. So many times you guys are looking for the next shiny object. You go to a pawn conference, watch a video, listen to people in the Facebook groups, and you're trying 50,000 different things. But what's lacking is consistency. You are not being consistent in following through. You're not being consistent with trying that marketing method for 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, and seeing what happens. You are not consistent with training your team. You are not consistent in going out there and finding 2 new team members. You're not consistent in strategies and building budgets and KPIs. And so that lack of consistency is hurting you more than you will ever imagine. And this goes for the owners. This goes for the managers. This goes for the team members who are watching this. When you are consistent, you can find ways to pivot quicker. You see what's working, what's not working, as opposed to just, oh, this guy posted this, let's throw this in here, let's try it out. If you do that, if you take the information that I've been giving you for 4 years, and I've been giving you tons of free information, if you just take one of those, implement it, and stay consistent, you'll have success. Because you'll be able to change what I'm saying to be able to fit what works for you. Because the expectation of hiring a consultant for them to come into your store and for it to work every single time, there's different avatars, different cities, different percentages, different everything. Will you get the foundations? Yes, you will. But at the same time, if you're not consistent with it, you've wasted your money. I have people who tell me, say, Yigal, will you fly out to my shop and consult? And I say, no. And they say, why? I say, because if I don't change your mindset first, me flying out there is going to be a waste of your time and my time. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm going to leave, and then you're just not going to do it. Or you're going to take 15% of it. You'll see a big difference. But with consistency, you'll see a 50% difference, 80% difference. It's just like, what's up, Alyssa? Thanks for being here. It's just like going to the gym, right? You can't get 6-pack abs in just doing it for 30 days. You've got to shut your mouth with what you eat. You've got to hit the gym for a while until you start seeing progress. And it's the same thing in your business. If your head is everywhere, I talk to pawnbrokers every single day, and like, you go, my mind is everywhere. So my question is, well, why is your team's mind going to be focused if your mind is everywhere? Why should you expect more out of them if you can't be consistent? And then the second rule of pawnbrokers who are doing epic things, that's accountability. And what accountability is twofold. One, when you say something, you do it. How many times are you guys making promises to your team and not following through? How many times are you making a promise to yourself and not following through? And the second part of accountability, which is the most important, is that those who hire coaches or have some type of accountability weekly take action more often and more consistently. Because as business leaders, we have the gift and the curse of saying that we're going to do something, and if we don't say it, there's no repercussion except for not getting it done. Nobody's going to call you out. No one's going to get mad at you. No one's going to say like, hey, you promised me you were going to do this and you didn't do it. Because as the leadership, most of the time, you don't have accountability. You might hold people accountable, but you don't have accountability. All world championship teams, all gold medal winners in the Olympics, they have a coach who keeps them and holds them accountable. World class means being consistent and having somebody to be accountable to. That's world class. If you want to run a mediocre operation that kind of does okay, I get it. That's okay. That's what you want. But I'm speaking to you and I'm going to look at the camera. For those of you who want to take it to the next level and have a world-class pawn shop, an epic pawn shop, you've got to be more consistent. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to write down here in the chat box, how consistent are you when it comes to your business? And this means doing everything on time, doing what you said you were going to do, hiring if you want to hire, that you're going out there, you're giving out business cards, you are, epic actions equal epic results. In your marketing, you are consistent. You're not like, oh, wait a second, didn't work, let me pull it out. Not this month, hold up a second. You're having meetings consistently with your teams. You've got your mission statement, your values, you're following them consistently. Give me a score of 1 to 10. 10 being like epic, 1 being like, Yigal, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I have no idea what you are saying. And that's valid. That's okay. There's no judgment there. Because what I've seen in a lot of the pawn industry is that there isn't accountability and there is a big lack of consistency. Yet, everyone wants to find that new thing to do without focusing on what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done. You know what you have to do, yet you still don't do it. You know what it takes to have an epic pawn shop. Most of you do. You don't hire a trainer because you don't know how to lose weight. You hire a trainer so you get your ass to the gym and you do the workouts and you learn some. For sure, you're going to learn how to lift weights properly. But if you just go to the gym and get on the treadmill, do push-ups, do sit-ups, and stop eating junk, right, you're going to lose the weight. If you want to take it to the next level, you hire the trainer. You want to take it to the next level in tennis, you get coaching from somebody. But you've got to be consistent and you've got to be held accountable. And accountability is the scariest thing. Accountability is the scariest thing, right? Because accountability says, wait a second, Alyssa, I love that you said that. Accountability says that, hey, Alyssa, you're not being consistent. Why is that? And what can we do to make that better? And so accountability essentially drives consistency. Being held accountable by somebody like I hold my clients accountable, then you have to be consistent because you can't BS your way through it. And so with that said, next week we start the 5-day Pawn Accelerator Challenge. And what I'm going to teach you in the Pawn Accelerator Challenge is marketing, strategy, leadership, how to be more consistent, how to hold your team accountable, how to hold yourself accountable, and how to lead and motivate and inspire the company that you're running today, whether you're an owner or in the leadership position, to be able to not just have a mediocre pawn shop, but to have an epic pawn shop. And I know that those of you who are in my group, those of you who are watching this live, want and strive and know that it's within you to have that epic pawn shop, that epic operations, that you make more, you can stress less, and you can live an epic life outside of just the store, outside of just what you're used to doing day in and day out. I had a call with 45 managers yesterday. They are part of the mastermind group. So the mastermind members, I coach their leadership team. Once a month, we get on a call. And somebody asked me, how do I motivate and inspire my team? The truth is, in order to motivate and inspire your team, you have to be motivated and inspiring. In order for your team to be consistent, guess who has to be consistent first? You. Oh, I tell my team and they just don't do it, and I don't know why, and they don't know, and I tell them to do this, and they just don't do it, Yigal. And my team is the problem. Really? Is your team the problem? Is it? Or is it the fact that you're inconsistent the problem? Because inconsistency breeds insecurity in your team. So Alyssa says, I got my packet in the mail. Awesome. Alyssa, do me a favor. Post a picture of it. I don't get to see the packages going out. I'd love to see the packet if you still have it, if you haven't thrown it away. Alyssa, excited to have you in the Pawn Accelerator. It's $57. I'm going to try to dive into as much value in 30 minutes a day as possible, answer your questions, show you how to be more consistent, show you how to lead with more inspiration and motivation so that your team isn't just going to do better business, but they're going to lead better lives as well. So with that said, if you have any questions, just write it in the comments. Have an incredible Friday. I got to get back to work. Stay safe, stay healthy, you all. Stay healthy. Love you all. And we start the 5-day Accelerator Challenge next week. I don't know if I'll be doing another one of these. We're launching some incredible stuff in the next 2 weeks. So for those of you who are like, oh, I don't have the time, 30 days, 30 minutes a day for 5 days. If you don't have the time, you don't have the want to grow. I'll say that again. 30 minutes a day for 5 days. If you can't make or find the time, you don't have the want to grow. And so this is probably not the best fit. I'm out of here. Love you all. Take care.